The battle of the mind life will never hand you victories. You must take them. Every day is a battle, but not against the world, not against your competition, not even against your circumstances. The real war is inside your head. The battle of the mind decides if you rise or if you break. It's the difference between a winner and everyone else. Winners know this truth. Before you conquer anything in life, you must first conquer yourself. You will face doubt. You will face fear. You will hear a voice inside telling you it's too hard, that you're not enough, that maybe this isn't for you. That's the enemy. That voice is the battlefield. And every single day you have a choice. Are you going to fight back or are you going to surrender? The greats never had an easy road. They didn't win because the path was clear. They won because their mind refused to break when the storm came. That's the battle of the mind, to choose discipline over comfort, focus over distraction, belief over fear. The moment you control your mind, you control your life. Master your inner voice. The greatest battle you will ever fight happens in silence, inside your own head. That inner voice is either your weapon or your weakness. If you allow it to speak doubt, it will cripple you before the fight even begins. If you train it to speak strength, nothing outside can ever defeat you. Every day that voice talks to you. It tells you to quit when things get tough. It tells you you're not ready. It tells you maybe this is not your moment. But that voice lies. It feeds on your insecurities. The real question is, what are you feeding it back? You can train your body all you want, but if your mind is weak, you will fold under pressure. Winners talk to themselves differently. They don't wait for the world to encourage them. They demand greatness from themselves. The inner voice must become your greatest ally. It must scream at you when the world goes quiet. It must push you when the crowd disappears. It must remind you of who you are when everything else tells you to give up. That voice is created by the things you choose daily. What you listen to, what you read, what you allow to stay in your head. These things build your inner army or your inner enemy. The battle is constant. You will have moments when the voice says, "You can't do this." That's when you talk back, "Watch me." Speak to yourself with conviction, even when no one is watching. Speak like a champion before you become one. The mind listens to repetition more than reality. Control that voice, or it will control you. Silence the negativity, and you silence the chains holding you back. Your mind doesn't care about truth. It believes what you tell it repeatedly. So stop feeding it weakness. Start feeding it winning. Every great comeback, every big moment, started with a thought that said, "I will not break." You can't stop the world from doubting you, but you can stop your mind from doubting you. This is where greatness starts. Not in the gym, not in the field, but in the quiet moments when your inner voice decides whether you will fight or fold. When your inner voice is trained, you no longer need motivation. You become it. Discipline over mood. Discipline is the weapon that destroys every excuse. Your mood will betray you. Your emotions will tell you to rest when you should work, to stop when you should push, to relax when you should rise. But discipline doesn't ask how you feel. It demands action anyway. There will be mornings when you don't want to get up, evenings when you feel empty, days when the fire isn't burning. That's when most people stop. But the ones who win don't need to feel like it. They do it because it must be done. Discipline doesn't care about your comfort zone. It doesn't wait for inspiration. It is the contract you make with your future self, a promise you keep even when your present self resists. Your mood is like the weather. It changes, it shifts, it comes and goes. But discipline is the ground beneath your feet. Solid, unshakable, reliable. Most people chase motivation. They wait for the right moment, the perfect feeling, the ideal spark. Winners build discipline so they can keep moving even when the spark is gone. Your mind will whisper just this once, take it easy. That whisper is the beginning of a habit that kills greatness. Discipline whispers back, not today. You train discipline by repetition. By showing up again and again until it's no longer a decision, it's your nature. Discipline doesn't mean you don't feel tired. It means you act in spite of it. Every great achievement was born in moments where the mood said quit, but the discipline said keep going. When you let mood control you, your life becomes unstable, high one day, low the next, but discipline makes you consistent, and consistency wins wars. Discipline doesn't reward you instantly, but it never fails you in the long run. The mind loves comfort, but discipline loves results. Make discipline your habit, and you'll stop being a victim of your feelings. Mood is a follower, discipline is a leader. Fear is a lie, fear is the mind's favorite trick. It tells you stories that aren't real, paints pictures that never happen, builds walls that don't exist. Most people live their entire lives imprisoned by thoughts that were never true. Fear exaggerates. It makes obstacles bigger than they are. It makes challenges look impossible. It makes the unknown seem deadly. But when you step forward despite the fear, you see the truth. Most of what you were afraid of was only smoke. Fear is born in imagination, not reality. It thrives in inaction. The more you wait, the louder it gets. The more you stare at the mountain, the taller it looks. The way to destroy fear is to move. Action is the cure. Step toward what scares you, and you shrink it instantly. The mind will always create worst-case scenarios. It's designed to protect you, but the same mind can also create best-case scenarios. You choose which one to believe. Courage is not the absence of fear, it's the mastery of it. It's standing in the storm saying, "You will not decide my future." Fear feeds on doubt. Starve it with preparation. Train harder, prepare better, build your confidence, and fear has no place to live. The first time you face fear, you may shake, that's normal, but the more you do it, the quieter fear becomes. Fear lies because it has no proof, it only has imagination. Your job is to give your mind new evidence, success, growth, breakthroughs. When you start breaking fears, you build a new identity. You stop seeing yourself as weak and start seeing yourself as unstoppable. Fear will always knock, but you don't have to answer. Fear will always whisper, but you don't have to listen. Fear is a test. Pass it, and the reward is freedom. The battle of the mind begins when you stop letting fear write your story. Focus beats talent. Talent is overrated without focus. There are thousands of talented people who never made it because they scattered their energy everywhere except where it mattered. Focus is a weapon. It allows you to block out noise, ignore distractions, and stay locked in on the mission when everyone else gets lost. The mind loves comfort. It loves to wander. It wants to check everything, do everything, be everywhere. But winners know this. Energy without direction is wasted. Focus means saying no more than you say yes. It means eliminating the unnecessary, even when it looks tempting. When you're focused, you don't just work hard. You work with purpose. Distractions will always exist. People, opinions, comfort zones, shortcuts. Focus is the discipline of shutting the door. The world praises multitasking, but greatness is built on obsession. Every second you spend on what doesn't matter steals from what does. Focus gives you an edge because most people can't maintain it. They start strong but drift. You stay locked in and win. Your mind must be trained to lock in for long periods without reward. That's where breakthroughs happen. Focus is not exciting. It's quiet, it's repetitive, it's sometimes boring. But it produces results that talent alone can't. Talent might get you noticed, but focus gets you remembered. Focus turns average into great, and great into legendary. When you master focus, you stop chasing everything and start becoming something. Pain is mental before its physical pain begins in the mind, long before it reaches your body. Most people quit not because their muscles gave out, but because their thoughts surrendered first. The mind decides the limit, the body only follows. You feel the first sign of struggle, and your thoughts immediately scream, "Stop." That's not your body failing, that's your mind protecting its comfort zone. It doesn't want the unknown, it fears what's past the edge. Pain is a signal, but it's not always a stop sign. Sometimes it's just a checkpoint. It asks you, do you really want this? And your answer decides the outcome. Winners don't chase pain, but they don't run from it either. They respect it, they understand it, and they use it as a compass. Pain points toward growth. Every record ever broken, every barrier ever shattered, happened because someone kept going past the first wave of discomfort. The mind will create drama around pain. What if I get hurt? What if I fail? What if I can't recover? But the truth is, most of that pain is temporary. Quitting lasts longer. When you teach your mind to push one step further every time it says stop, you create a new standard. That's how endurance is built, not in the body but in the brain. Pain also has a voice. It tells you to turn back. But if you listen carefully, it's also telling you you're getting closer. You'll never eliminate pain from the journey, but you can eliminate its power over your choices. Every scar is a story of a moment you didn't break. Those moments become your armor. The more you face pain without flinching, the less it scares you. Pain trains respect. It keeps you humble. It keeps you sharp. It keeps you hungry. Don't let temporary pain steal permanent progress. The mind will always quit before the body does. Train it to stay longer. Build mental armor. Life will hit you repeatedly. It's not personal, it's reality. But whether those hits break you or build you depends on what your mind is made of. You need armor, not just skin. Mental armor isn't built in easy times, it's forged in chaos. It's the result of showing up, getting knocked down, and getting back up anyway. Every failure is a chance to add a new layer. Every betrayal, every loss, every disappointment, these are materials for your mental shield. You can't avoid setbacks, but you can decide how they shape you. Will they make you bitter or will they make you better? Mental armor is built with perspective. Instead of asking, why me? You ask, what can I learn from this? It's easy to stay confident when life applauds you. Real strength is when you stay unshaken when no one claps. Your mind must become a fortress. That means not every opinion gets inside. Not every insult sticks. Not every storm shakes the walls. When you have armor, you stop fearing impact. You know, you can take the hit. This doesn't mean you feel nothing. It means you process everything, but nothing breaks your core. Mental armor is the reason some people keep growing while others stay broken. You earn it over time by refusing to stay down, by choosing resilience over retreat. Every setback you survive adds another layer. Every battle you walk through prepares you for the next one. The world won't get easier, but your armor can get stronger. Control the narrative. Your mind is a storyteller. It writes the script you live by. If you let it run wild, it will write a tragedy. If you take control, you can write a masterpiece. The narrative is the meaning you attach to your experiences. Two people can go through the same storm, and one comes out a victim, the other comes out a warrior. The difference is the story they tell themselves. Your mind will always try to explain why things happen. If you don't control that story, it will blame the world, it will feed fear, it will limit you. Control begins with awareness. Catch yourself in the moment. What story am I telling right now? Is it helping me or hurting me? Winners rewrite their story every day. They refuse to let past failures become their identity. When you control the narrative, you take power away from circumstances. The story you tell yourself determines how much effort you give, how much risk you take, how much hope you keep alive. If your narrative says, "I'm unlucky," you'll never see opportunity. If your narrative says, "I'm chosen for this," you'll find a way no matter what. Your mind can be your prison or your passport. It depends on what you make it believe. Rewrite your narrative with words of power, not pity. The more you repeat a story, the more your mind believes it. Make sure it's the right one. You are the author, not the victim. Control the narrative, and the world will start responding differently. Victory starts with belief before any victory ever shows up in your life. It must first be born in your mind. Belief is the seed of every win you've ever seen. You can have the skills, the resources, the opportunity, but without belief, you won't even try, or worse, you'll quit halfway. Belief is not a feeling, it's a decision. It's choosing to say, "I will make this happen," even when the evidence says otherwise. Most people wait to believe until they see proof. Champions believe first, and that belief creates the proof. Belief doesn't mean you won't struggle. It means you keep going despite the struggle. When your mind believes something strongly enough, it starts looking for ways to make it real. It spots opportunities others miss. Belief is contagious. When you carry it, people around you start to feel it too. Doubt is heavy. Belief is fuel. Every great journey started with a belief so strong it looked like madness to everyone else. The world may laugh at your belief now, but it will respect your results later. Belief is the anchor in chaos. It holds you steady when everything shakes. You can borrow belief at first, from mentors, from inspiration, but eventually you must own it. Belief is not arrogance, it's alignment with your purpose. Once your mind truly believes, the battle is already half won. The war you are fighting is not out there, it is in here. Every doubt, every excuse, every whisper that says you can't. This is the real enemy. The moment you conquer your thoughts, the world has no choice but to follow. You have the ability to rewrite your story. You have the power to silence the noise and build a voice inside that refuses to quit. That's the true definition of strength, not the body that never tires, but the mind that never surrenders. Life will always test you. The pain will come, the setbacks will knock, the fear will rise. But the question isn't whether it will come, the question is, what will you do when it does? Will you let it dictate your path, or will you rise again and again, no matter how heavy it feels? Winners are not chosen, they are forged, forged in doubt, forged in failure, forged in the fire of 1,000 silent battles where nobody was watching. And when the day comes that you win, when the results finally speak for you, it won't be because the world made it easy, it will be because your mind made it possible. So start today, not tomorrow, not when you feel ready. Today is the battlefield, and your thoughts are the weapons. Choose the ones that build you, not break you. Your future will be the reflection of what you allow to live in your head. Fill it with strength. Fill it with discipline. Fill it with belief. The battle of the mind is never ending. But that's the beauty of it. Every day is another chance to win. You don't need the world to believe in you. You need your mind to believe in you first. And once your mind decides you are unstoppable, there is nothing left for the world to do but move aside. That is the real victory. Not the applause, not the trophy, not the headlines. The moment your mind surrenders to greatness, everything else follows. This is your war. Fight it with everything you have. Win here, and you win everywhere.